course, that was Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk. So imagine if attacks on Americans from Muslim extremists had gone up in the last 10 years. Imagine if a Muslim extremist had permeated the internet, had made plans to strike Americans wherever they were. Imagine I imagine a task force would be impaneled. I imagine that civil rights would be violated. They would do anything to protect Americans who were under attack from Muslim extremists. If, in other words, it were an outsider and they decided that their stated goal was to attack and kill Americans, as many Americans as they could, the federal government and the intelligence agencies and police agencies across the country would make it paramount to make sure that they were acting proactively to make sure that Americans felt safe. Imagine if Americans were under assault when they went to grocery stores, or they went to concerts, or they went to dollar stores, or they went to church, or they went to school, or they went to synagogues, where imagine Muslim extremists had permeated the airwaves, permeated the social media, and had made clear that they were a present danger to Americans at large, wherever they were. Imagine that happening. You don't have to imagine that happening, because that is exactly what is happening in America right now. Domestic extremists, domestic terrorists has gone up, terrorism has gone up exponentially in the last 10 years. And we've seen their work. We saw it in Squirrel Hill. We've seen it at Tops grocery store in Buffalo. We've seen it just now at Dollar General. We've seen it in El Paso. There are disenfranchised young white males who grab guns, talk on the internet, write manifestos, and kill people. That's happening right now. It's not an accident. It's concerted effort. You see it so often that we are probably a bit numb to it, but it happens, and this is their stated mission. The war that they're talking about happening is happening for them. And the silence that you hear from our intelligence agencies and policing across the country is because not who is being killed, but who is doing the killing. Young white males across America have now decided to make it their mission, and they're going mostly unchallenged, unnoticed. What did politicians do in the last few years? What thing did they decide was tantamount? The thing that was the most pivotal in America. The war on woke. They decided that they were going to have a war on woke. They decided that they were going to strip woke down. They were going to kill woke. Has woke ever killed anybody? How many times has a mass shooter or a racist extremist shooter left a Black History book instead of a manifesto? You will see books banned, but you will not see weapons that are capable of destroying people fast. You'll see books banned by Black people, by people of color, of other races. You will see those books banned, but you will not see a serious effort to keep people safe. We will keep them safe from woke, but not from white extremists. I don't know why the caged bird sings, but I know why it ducks. Because of who is perpetrating these crimes, no one is taking this seriously. They pretend to throw us off and say these are the things that we have to worry about. When is the last time Harriet Tubman grabbed a gun and killed anybody? When is the last time Rosa Parks was involved in a mass shooting? It's because it happens so frequently, and they do it openly. They talk on the internet. Are you trying to tell me if these were Muslim extremists or somebody they thought was other, that they wouldn't do whatever they could to make Americans feel safe? But it's because it's their children and the children they're raising. These are disenfranchised white young males, and they're generally between 18 and 25, and we're seeing it over and over again. They get guns, they get access to conversations with people, they make plans, and they go out and execute them, and we get to pretend like we're shocked. It isn't shocking what's going on. We see it all the time. Intelligence agencies have told us what it was, and we have decided to turn the blind eye to it. But the bottom line is the scenario I just mentioned, where Americans are under attack that are trying to go about their everyday lives by extremists. The difference is they're generally white extremists, young white males. And if they were anything other, then intelligence agencies and police agencies would be proactive. They would say, we're going to do what we can to break this up, to disrupt these kind of things, and we're going to be proactive. When is the last time you saw them even mention that there's an entire group that will not even say white nationalists? They won't even say domestic terrorism because they need those people to vote for them. The difference is that they are their boys and their sons who are on the internet, living in their homes and going out wreaking havoc on society. And they have decided to turn a blind eye because of who is doing the shooting as opposed to who's being shot. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Frankenstein wasn't the monster. Frankenstein created it. And a lot of times, these young men are created in these environments and they're let loose on society, and society turns a blind eye because they oftentimes feed them dinner. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.